Exam environment basics, specifically the physical conditions.
Okay, the administration noticed that students were sleeping during the exams. To combat this, they officially state they use alarms so loud that students will, and I quote, die and then revive, is deliberately engineered to shock students awake so they're ready for the next part of the assessment. Moving right along to section 2, again, this is their exact wording, folks, create shitty slides for students. The standard they hold themselves to, putting less effort into creating these instructional materials than one puts into breathing the polluted air. There is absolutely zero pretense of high academic rigor in the material creation here. The
Which brings
goal
us
is just
to section 3, mandated group exam dynamics, or basically forced collaboration.
and the task given to these groups to solve problems that the administration openly admits they made up and are not going to be used IRL, as in real life. The administration justifies this by claiming their model is probably still better than a normal exam that tests, as they put it, absolutely useless skills. Imagine the stress of a high-stakes exam, and suddenly you're forced into a group project. The internal documents show the administration is fully aware that forced collaboration under these conditions is pretty polarizing. They note that some students kind of don't like this setup. It's an assessment model that prioritizes forced social dynamics over actual individual problem solving. And that leads us perfectly into section 4, suppressing student feedback and ignoring complaints. You're probably wondering if students are okay with this. Well, documents reveal administrators have absolutely heard the complaints. They explicitly note that students complain about the alarm sounds and the use of AI in the exams, but their official administrative stance completely dismiss them. Their internal directive literally labels these students as probably just trolling. So their instruction is to simply ignore the complaints regarding the alarms and the AI entirely.
Step 2,
Assume those students are trolling and ignore them. And step 3, only process favorable responses from quote-unquote disciplined students. The document states they will, quote, just use responses we think are favorable from disciplined ones. If you complain about the system, you're ignored, and your feedback is discarded in favor of responses from those they classify as disciplined. We've seen the deliberate use of shocking alarms, the pedagogy of minimal effort, forced grouping for irrelevant problems, and a documented system for ignoring student complaints, while actively silencing the student experience. It's a fascinating, if highly unorthodox approach to education, and one that definitely leaves us with a lot of questions about the future of assessment design. Thank you for learning with us today.